In spite of its geographic location, business people and officials in Australia are usually experienced in interacting and doing business with visitors from other cultures, though their business focus is mostly on Asia. Australians share more of their values and practice with Americans, Canadians, or the British than they do with any Asian group. The country's culture is quite homogeneous. Business relationships in this country exist between companies as well as between individuals. If your company replaces you with someone else over the course of a negotiation, it will usually not be difficult for your replacement to take this thing over from where you left them. Likewise, if you introduce someone else from your company into an existing business relationship, that person may quickly be accepted as a valid business partner. It doesn't mean that the Australians don't care about who they are dealing with. Personal integrity and dependability are important if you want to win their trust. Australia is a very egalitarian society. While personal achievements enjoy respect, status and rank usually play only a small role. Australians tend to be distrustful or authority and may get very cynical with people who seem elitist or snobbish. There is usually much greater respect for the average person than for those with great wealth or power. Refrain from praising or rewarding anyone in public. Unlike in many other cultures, it may raise suspicions about your motives. Admire personal traits include modesty, casualness, authenticity, and sense of friendly humor. Australian English is usually easy to understand for native English speakers, though it may be represent a bit more of challenge for others, especially since Australians tend to speak quickly and maybe use many colloquialisms. Brevity is often considered a virtue, so avoid using complicated or flowery language. In discussions, Australians may use different styles, and there are a few rules. When someone is teasing you, this may be a sign that the relationship is going well, so try not to be offended. If you feel compelled to tease back, do it in a friendly manner. Communications may be extremely direct. Australians do not find difficult to say no without any bad intention. They may be frank to the point of bluntness, which sometimes feels rude to people from other cultures. At the same time, Australians respect people who have a strong opinion, no matter whether they agree with them or not. However, be careful not to appear condescending when expressing such opinion. Australians rarely communicate between the lines, so it's usually best to take that they say quite literally. Try to be equally clear in your own communication. Lastly, keep in mind that in spite of their preference for directness, most Australians are also trying to be polite and friendly. For that reason, a clear expectations may sometimes come disguising as a nice request. Having a local contact can be an advantage, but is usually not a necessary precondition to doing business. Negotiations in the country can be conducted by individuals or teams of negotiators. If possible, schedule meetings at least 1 week in advance. Though status is generally not important, bringing a top executive to the initial meeting underlines the importance you are assigning to the negotiation. Australians generally expect foreign visitors to be punctual. Being late by more than 10 to 15 minutes without having a valid excuse can be an offense. Call ahead if you are going to be more than 5 minutes late. Meetings usually start with some small talk intended to establish personal rapport. People appreciate a sense of humor, but be careful, not overdo it. On the other hand, Australians' humor can be ironic and sarcastic. They may use it to register disagreement or ridicule an adversary. It's crucial not to take this style personally. One's private life is not a subject for discussion around meetings. The overall meeting atmosphere is usually very informal, though while on one purpose of the initial meeting is to get to know each other, its primary focus will be on business topic. In Australia, negotiating often means engaging in a friendly debate aiming at reaching a mutually agreeable solution. Buyer and seller in a business deal are equal partners who both own the responsibility to reach agreement. They may focus equal on near-term and long-term benefits. The primary negotiation style is cooperative, and people may be open to compromising if it will helpful in order to move the negotiation forward. Since Australians believe in the concept of win-win, they expect you to reciprocate their respect and trust. While the negotiation exchange may include conflicts, both sides should keep a positive attitude and show willingness to work with the other in an effort to reach agreement. Australian negotiators believe in information sharing as a way to build the trust. This doesn't mean that they will readily reveal everything you might want to know during your negotiation. However, negotiations may become difficult if one of sides appears to be hiding information from the other. Negotiations can vary in speed, with larger organizations tending to take longer. Information gathering and bargaining usually move smoothly. Decision making can be rather slow, but is usually faster than in most Asian countries. Be careful not to appear pushy during the process, since this will often work against you. Prices rarely move by more than 20 to 30% between initial offer and the final agreement. Substantial concessions may raise Australians suspicious of being ripped off. The profitability of a business deal may be valued higher than gains in market share or access to new market. Company policy is usually strictly followed, particularly in larger organizations, so be careful not to demand concessions and go against it.